Coach, you guys got to do a little celebrating last week, a little 40th birthday. I got to be out in the water, had some home fans there, and alumni. You kind of reflect back and just what the last Saturday was like for you guys.
You know, it was a great weekend. We started the day off with inter-squad regatta. We put together boats to try to be fairly competitive with each other, and the men's team came out, and we usually will do a varsity women's men's challenge, and we won. And I think the guys were a little disappointed. We did a little scrimmage on Friday morning, and then raced on Saturday, and they definitely beefed up their 8. And it was a great race scenario because it really is helping prepare us for this coming weekend. And then at 9 o'clock we had the alumni regatta, which was just, as you can imagine, we had a number of guys from the original crew team, which was really a mixed men and women's team because they just barely had enough people. As he described it, 175 people signed up to come to the meeting, and they came to the meeting and they said, well, we don't yet have boats, but we're going to do some land workouts. So 75 guys showed up to land workout, and they ran 3 miles, and the next day 35 guys showed up, and that was really how the program got off the ground here at Humboldt State. They learned how to row in the pond outside of the back of this building when they finally got the boats, and just some really great racing, just all over the spectrum. We had a group of the 2012 national champions come back and hook up with some of the kids that graduated last year, and they raced some of these really big beastly guys that are still rowing and masters rowing, and it was great fun. Good way to kick off race season without a lot of pressure. Of course, this week the pressure is building because we're heading to Sacramento.
And kind of talk about the Sacramento, the first real big test facing other schools.
You know, it's always, each season is the great unknown. We practice on that body of water that never stops moving, so we have no idea what our real speed is until we get to Sacramento. And in this drought situation, we know that there's very little water that's being let out of the dam, so it should be pretty revealing for us. I think last time we spoke, we had 3 or 4 people out of our varsity lineup. We've gotten 2 of those ladies back. We're expecting a lady to return tomorrow, and we believe we have a lady that will be out for the remainder of the season. So it's not ideal, it's not what we wanted it to be, but on Saturday it will be what it is.
And in past years, I know you've kind of stayed down there and kind of did more practicing for spring break. Is that something you guys will do again?
Without a doubt. Compression of the months of April and May, we lost a major regional regatta in the first week of May. And so how we're going to replace that is we'll go to Sacramento this weekend. We'll race St. Mary's College, Sac State. Those are big D1 programs, and they're a real marker for speed for us. We'll have our first national ranked face-off with UCSD. Mills College will be there, and Orange Coast College, who's producing some pretty fast 8s this year. We'll race them on Saturday. Then we'll have a couple of days of training. We're hoping to scrimmage duel with UC Davis in the deep water, and then we'll head over to Oakland and we'll dual race with Mills College. So we're trying to get a few more races out of spring break training. It's not ideal. We'd love to be going to those bigger regattas, but it was impossible this year.
From a coaching standpoint, it has to be pretty exciting to kind of watch your team face other schools, and the competition, like I said, is back.
Yeah, it's there's schools that have actually been racing for the last month, and I'm not sure we would have been ready to race a month ago. You know, we have a large part of our component of our team is walk-on, and just really, getting off of that very long break that you see here in December, and getting people back into conditioning rowing. We were off the water for 2 months. It's a long time to not be rowing. So, we will have every half an hour race succession on Saturday. Every 30 minutes we'll have a new crew out racing, and we'll see how it goes in this first regatta.
Good, actually. find out anything new on specific rowers this last weekend? Who stepped up, will be joining the varsity, or better game plan for one boat?
Well, I think Albie Alawia had been out for a week due to illness, and her status was very questionable. But we ran a mock lineup this morning, and she'll be stroking that boat. I know that that's a position that she's really strived to fill this year, and I think it's a work in progress. We had both Kaylee Weber and Sammy Morford out for the last 5 or 6 days. They didn't compete this weekend. They had some pretty serious back issues, rib issues. They're back in the lineup. Ripley McChesney was out for over 2 months, and she's ended up back in the lineup, and she's behind. And so I know that she's pretty motivated to really do some serious training after spring break, just in the sense of having the health to be able to do that. And our Division II qualifying varsity 4 lineup, we have 3 novice freshmen, 2 are recruits. One is a redshirt from last year, and then Marina Hagan will even out that field. And again, I think that's also in a work in progress, because there's quite a few kids really riding on the bubble to move into those seats. And so we're hoping that the training that we do during spring break will help really inspire people who are in, I think, desperation of a mid-semester break, but to finally get to race after training since August. And I think everybody's really excited about that.